Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. Mark again here, Weatherman Plus. Now, confidence is growing on what is coming out of the second system going to the northeast. So we actually have two back-to-back major snowstorms that's coming across the whole country. Now, this is a lot of information to go through, so I'm going to be as quick as I can to show you everything, but you must know everything, so I will not miss out details about this storm, but I will move through quickly so you know exactly what we're getting into. Now, if you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I am all year long, and plus, I have a special message for everyone that's new to my channel, so make sure you listen to that at the end of the video. So you can see here that we have our first system that's still in the northwest. This is the one that's coming across to the upper Midwest, bringing a good snowfall, as well as through the northeast, still showing the same amount of snowfall. But this one is the bigger one. This is the one that's going to come on down as this trough goes all the way down into that negative pattern, and it's going to pull all this moisture right towards California. And you actually have two atmospheric rivers coming. There's going to be one, then you're going to get a break, and then there's going to be a bigger one. But you can also see how much bigger this is when you look way up in your tropopause. So you have the first one coming in for Friday, upper Midwest, still showing a little bit more strength, but not as strong as the second one that's still sitting over here in the northwest. That's going out through the northeast. You can see how it still forms kind of late right off the coast. But that second one is strengthening up as it goes to the upper Midwest, bringing in colder air. This is right around the 12th, and it does dip all the way in while we get in that polar air all the way to the Ohio Valley and out through the northeast by Tuesday. Still on a higher ridge, but look how much bigger and broader this system is. And this is the one that's bringing a lot of cold temperatures with it. At the same time, it is showing that with the Euro, it's a little close to the coast. Could bring some warm temperatures to a lot of people still in the I-95 corridor. But for the West Coast, you can see with your precipitable water that as this first system comes in, you start getting your first atmospheric river right around Thursday. And this goes all day Thursday. Then you start getting a break as you go through Saturday. Getting nothing coming. But then that second system really draws that moisture, and this is where your big atmospheric river comes in. Right around Monday and Tuesday, a lot stronger, a lot more heavy precipitation going towards central and southern California as you get your second river. Now, National Weather Service has put this out for California for precipitation, and this is going to be a strong winter storm that's coming in Thursday night. It is going to bring chances for flooding as well, with very heavy rainfall. So you can see here in the light green that you're expected 1 to 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches in the darker green. But now you're getting up to 3 to 5 inches of rainfall coming in this yellow and 5 or more inches in this brown. And the blue has greater than a 30% chance of snow exceeding the warning criteria Thursday into Friday. Chances for 5 to 6 feet of snowfall coming out of these two storms. Going Thursday through Friday, bringing you a great heavy amount of precipitation and a lot of snowpack coming out of this heavy precipitation. But with this second one, and this has put y'all into the moderate level now, you're at a high level with this river. The second one coming in Sunday through Monday and a little bit of Tuesday is bringing a lot more. All this purple is all chances up to a foot of precipitation. Now, if that was to be all snowfall, you're talking 12 inches at 10 to 1. You're talking 120 inches of snowfall. A lot. But just on the low end, let's just say 5 to 6 feet. Not to mention all the heavy flooding that's coming for the lower elevation areas. A lot of rainfall coming to California. Now, there is a severe weather for today and tomorrow as this transition happens for the center of the U.S., a little bit of the south, and you are in a slight risk still for northern Texas, Oklahoma, as well as Arkansas for today. But it has changed. Your moderate level has disappeared. Now, for day 2 for tomorrow, it is a slight risk once again for the same areas, getting into a little bit of Mississippi. But now for California, you have gone up to the moderate level. And this means that you have a high risk for flash flooding. And all this red, all the way up past Santa Rosa, past Sacramento, all the way up towards Chico. This is all your moderate level for flash flooding. And not to mention the big slight risk also coming with it, and your marginal. And this is going to grow. As you go into Friday, you're at another moderate level. The higher elevations all the way from Fresno past Sacramento, but also for Southern California, you are in a moderate level for Friday from Santa Cruz on down south. Plus, you still have a big slight risk covering your whole state. Then as you go through Saturday, you still have the slight risk for the higher elevations. This is going to be a few days of flooding. Now, there is a severe weather risk today for Texas as well as going into Oklahoma. No chances for tornadoes or the wind. This is going to be for hail. And you can see here from National Weather Service, it will be isolated. Severe hail is possible across parts of the west, north Texas, into southern Oklahoma. As well as for tomorrow, it's going to start growing into northern Louisiana and a little bit of Mississippi and western Tennessee. Still, once again, no chances for tornadoes. A little bit of wind might pick up, but once again, this is going to be for hail. National Weather Service has it for a few storms may produce severe hail from eastern Oklahoma and Texas into northern Mississippi and Alabama through Thursday night. Now, once you go through noontime on Thursday and late Thursday, this is where it really starts bringing in the heavy banding as well as for the higher elevations for the West Coast and your heavy rainfall bringing your flooding. And once you go into Friday, now it's transitioning towards the northeast, still getting heavy snowpack. Now you're getting your thunderstorms on the West Coast with all this rain while that second system comes down. And this is going out through the northeast by Saturday. And they're still showing that it is going to be some rain for the coast of the I-95 corridor, but it will build up to a little bit of snowpack. And the GFS was correct on the snowfall. It has come further to the south. So National Weather Service put this out. A probability of greater than 8 inches of snowfall. You have a 50 to a 70% chance of greater than 8 inches of snowpack for eastern Iowa, southeastern Minnesota, northern Illinois, and southern Wisconsin, with a good strong spot of 70 to 90% right here by Milwaukee, right where I'm at. Could be a little lake enhanced getting in on it. But National Weather Service has it currently. The heaviest snowfall is forecast over southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, southern Wisconsin, and into northern Illinois. Now you can see the latest with GFS that as you go into Thursday afternoon, it's going to start picking up for snowfall for Nebraska, South Dakota. Y'all going to get a little bit. But southern Minnesota and Iowa, it really starts to get heavy as you go into Thursday evening into Friday for Wisconsin, Illinois, northern Indiana also, and Michigan and northern Ohio. A big swath of heavy snowfall coming all the way till Friday afternoon. Then it's going to carry towards the northeast. It loses its punch, but it still brings a good swath of snowfall still to the same areas it's been showing. Dakotas and Nebraska, anywhere from 3 to 6 inches, maybe a hot spot for southeastern North Dakota. But it starts going from major snowfall from Minnesota, maybe a foot coming across Iowa, southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, bringing anywhere from 6 to 7 plus inches of snowfall. As it goes across the Great Lakes, also affecting northern Indiana, getting into Michigan, southern Michigan, getting the worst, so be aware, could cause some power outages, and y'all just got over a 13-day of no power, so that was pretty crazy. Northern Ohio, as well as going to western New York and northern Pennsylvania, and a little bit of northern Jersey as well, as that pushes offshore. Then we get our second system. So as we get to Saturday and that system going offshore, then we get in that second system, bringing that swath of snow I just showed you. As you go through Sunday, it's going to move across, bring some more thunderstorms to the south, more snowfall coming from up Midwest. But for Monday, it's going to transition. This is where it starts moving across Ohio Valley, start getting your surface low forming of this potential nor'easter. You see how National Weather Service has a lot of y'all for rainfall. And Tuesday, as it goes on a high ridge towards the New England states, Boston, Long Island, New Jersey, even New York. This is not showing it's going to bring a major snowfall towards the I-95 corridor. It is going to be intercoastal and the New England states as it pushes away. But this is coming and it has grown in confidence. The only problem is it's too close and it could be too warmer temperatures and you're not getting any snowfall still for the I-95 corridor. Now, GFS has been showing this system going right off into the Atlantic. Matter of fact, when you look at your Arctic oscillation with GFS, you see the one that we're getting now, a nice dip, bringing these cooler temperatures. But it's seeing that right after the 15th that we're going to get another dip of cold air. And you see the latest run, it has changed its mind. Now it's trending with Euro and Canadian. So now we start talking about this nor'easter because GFS is on track. It is trending with multiple models, and GFS was right on this snowstorm as well. But you see that dip right there? That's why it was pushing out into the Atlantic Ocean. And you see the update is not going to be there. Maybe a smaller one later. So it will be a proper nor'easter potentially if the warm temperatures don't mess it up for the I-95 corridor. And you can see with all the models, GFS in the red, Euro in the blue, Canadian in the green, they're all agreeing that this is going to be the track. It's not going to be no dip like GFS has been seeing, pushing this out into the Atlantic. As a matter of fact, GFS is seeing maybe later in March, right in the beginning of when we're supposed to be getting our springtime, there could be another cold air anomaly. And now you can see the latest update with GFS as you go Sunday into Monday. It brings that chance for that nor'easter coming right to the coast. It's also being agreed by the Canadian right around the same area, bringing y'all that chance for that nor'easter. Now, what National Weather Service is going by and Weather Prediction Center is the Euro. And the latest on the Euro shows that it's going to hug the coast and bring all these warm temperatures to y'all to where the I-95 corridor will not see no heavy snowfall. This will be intercoastal northeast and go up through the New England states, bring a lot of rainfall towards Boston as well by Monday evening into Tuesday. Maybe on a wraparound, get a little bit out of it because Euro is showing it will sit there for 24 hours and rotate before it moves away. So there still could be some snowpack coming across the I-95 corridor, not the very heavy snowfall, but as this cold air comes in from the 14th through the 16th, it could meet up with that precip if it sits there and stalls for a bit like that and bring you your snowfall. Because you can see with the control member from the Euro, your more than likely outcome is this first system is still pushing right offshore as it comes along. But when then we get that second one, it comes right up the coast, right up Jersey with your center, all the way to Long Island. And this will bring all your warm temperatures on, and it will be all rainfall right here while this is moving up the coast. But look how it just sits there for 24 hours before it finally moves away and starts bringing other problems towards other people in other countries, guys. So this is going to affect a lot more than just the U.S. This is going to be a nasty storm. So far, showing it is going to be rain along the I-95 corridor. You can also see with all the ensemble members from the Euro as we go 5 days away, moving into Monday and Tuesday. You can see most of them is showing I-95 corridor will be rainfall as this system first comes on shore. Some of it show a little bit heavier, but this is all showing it will be rainfall for the I-95 corridor as it swings by. Then you see for the New England states as it goes by Boston, there's a good chance for a lot of y'all to get a lot of rainfall out of this as well. It's right along the New England states, right along the I-95 corridor. It looks like you will be cheated out of this snowstorm. Not much confidence that you will get any snowfall out of this storm. But Euro is showing as you go into Monday morning, starts bringing snow across a little bit of northern Virginia, across Pennsylvania, then it goes into New York, totally goes around most of the I-95 corridor. Missing all of y'all. Y'all going to be getting storms so far according to this. But then it starts dropping a foot of snow into northeastern Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. As that drops a lot of snow for 24 hours, then rotates out. Now, when it rotates out, you could see maybe some novelty flakes, a little bit of snowpack, if it brings the cold temperatures in and the rain don't wash that away for you. But so far, it's not showing the I-95 corridor will be getting any of this snowfall. But the Euro has it adding up to a lot of snow. So you have your first snowstorm that's coming through, and then when that second one comes in, adding up a lot of snowpack. Anywhere from 1 to 2 feet, especially for New York and northern upstate New York. Very heavy snowfall coming, potentially a foot of snow for a lot of people. And this is starting to get to where it's just days away now, guys. We're talking right around 5 days this is going to start. So it will wobble around a little bit. We will perfect this to where you know exactly what can expect. But this is pretty concerning. The Euro showing all this snowpack coming your way as we get this very cold air. And you can see from the ensembles of the Euro that a lot of these is showing there's a good chance it could hit northern New Jersey as this passes by, maybe even come further down New Jersey. But most of them shows that the trend will be right along the edge, right by Boston, Rhode Island, southern Jersey, southern Maryland, southern Delaware. y'all won't be getting the snowfall. But there is some ensembles in here that shows maybe northern half of New Jersey all the way into Boston could get that snowpack. So it's not quite known exactly where this snowfall is going. The only thing that's been trending is southern New Jersey, Delaware, and southern Maryland. So far, a lot of these is showing that you will not get anything out of this storm. But now you can see how crazy this is starting to look. So as we get that second system, and this is going to be coming quickly, now you have anywhere from 10 inches to a foot all the way across the same areas that's just getting this snowpack from this first storm and for the Northeast. You see how it's messing up for New Jersey on south, Maryland, Delaware, Philadelphia only getting 2. Pittsburgh might get a few. But you see how it's messing up right along the I-95 corridor while everybody else is getting a major potential nor'easter. And remember, we do have this cold air still coming down all the way to March 15th. It is a smaller area now, but this is right where you're getting all this heavy flooding on the West Coast. This is where you're getting a lot of flooding possible in these black and white striped lines. We don't see that too often, as well as your heavy snowfall coming to the higher elevations. But right when this surface low is forming up, when you go through the 13th, when you go through Monday, and right when you go to Tuesday, this is coming up to the Northeast. Still a little bit too soon. The cold air is coming right behind this. You can see this going all the way down to the deep south. You're going to be anywhere from the low 30s, maybe even get into the high 20s, especially for northern Georgia, a little bit of Alabama as well, as that swings by for Tuesday. And then for Wednesday, it dips down a little bit more. Not much. But at the same time, this is bringing all these cold temperatures, even single digits, all across the upper Midwest, towards Michigan and the Great Lakes. Teen temperatures across the Ohio Valley. But it is missing with this nor'easter because so far with the Euro, the nor'easter is coming before that. And it's not going to tap into your temperatures all the way until Wednesday. That's why you're going to be getting rainfall and not snowfall for the I-95 corridor. Now, so far as we look at all these models going through with this system, it's not bringing a lot of winds. This one right here is the GFS. We also have the Euro. Euro picks up a little bit more where it could be in the 40s, could be higher elevations, could see some 50s. So there is a slight chance for a blizzard. But once again, all this area right here will be storms. So it will be for Pennsylvania, a little bit of New York, maybe even a little bit of Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire getting in on that blizzard chance. I will keep you updated. Now, once again, we are giving away another one of these weather stations. You can have it on your phone, but there is a big display that comes with it. Even gives you a 12-hour future forecast of what you can expect. So make sure you subscribe because I do this all year long, every other day. I love my community. It's a great group of people, and they should get more, in my opinion. They deserve more. But let's pick our winner for today. Art21 out. Congratulations, you are the winner of the solar weather station for today. Thanks, Weatherman. Thank you for supporting my channel, watching my videos, help sharing this information to other people, let them know what they can expect. Now remember, you need to contact me at this Gmail, is weathermanplustoday@gmail.com. That way I can get your address and ship this to you. And remember, guys, we are giving away another one for tomorrow. This is for all of 2023. As we go into tomorrow morning, then it's going to start bringing these storms towards California, and this is going to happen all morning, all afternoon. It is going to go real heavy towards Fresno as you get towards 2 and 3 p.m. for tomorrow. Bring a lot of heavy snowpack, but a lot of flooding. Then it grows stronger right when you get into tomorrow night. Northern California, you start getting some really heavy banding, as well as Southern Oregon. This is going to bring a lot of storms right y'all way for this first part of this atmospheric river. Then you got the second part. At the same time, for this snowstorm, as we go into tomorrow morning, it's going to start growing for Iowa. You get some really heavy banding as it goes through tomorrow morning through Des Moines. And as it keeps on traveling to the east, it goes towards Butte, towards Davenport. It expands out towards Minneapolis as you get into the afternoon for tomorrow. Then it starts coming towards Wisconsin, northern Illinois as you go into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. A real heavy strip of banding from Milwaukee all the way to Chicago, even going towards northern Indiana for tomorrow night. This is going to be a lot of heavy banding all the way until 11 o'clock at night. Then it lightens up for Detroit, but look how it gets that heavy banding right back for Ohio again. Northern Ohio, you do have that snowfall coming right across you with these cold temperatures as it slowly starts going towards the northeast. And that's all we can see with the 48 hours with HRRR. I will do another one tomorrow where we have better information, more updated information, see a little bit further. But most of all, I appreciate all of your time out there. I know there's a lot of stories going out there. There's a lot of things going on. So I do appreciate you giving me your time and watching my video. At the same time, if you've never been here before, I got a special message for you. I think you ought to hear if you haven't heard it before. It's the most important thing you're probably going to hear in your life. John 3:16. And a lot of people think it's just bad things about Jesus coming. They're just coming to just say, you're doing bad, you're doing bad. And that's not true. So I'm going to read John 3:16 and John 3:17. For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Amen. God bless you all. May you have a very blessed Wednesday out there. Thank you all so much for everyone that has been alerting California and everyone else through these storms that's coming. Let them know that they can prepare for it, what to prepare for, and when. That is the most important thing that I really appreciate on my channel, is getting the word out. So thank you all so much for your time and your effort. And remember, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. It may bless you every day of life and always keep peace in your home. Amen. Hallelujah. Have a great Wednesday, everybody.